You're trudging up the stairs, gasping for air, cursing those achy knees, when out of nowhere, a sharp jab hits your right side. You brush it off. Oh, it's just age, you mutter. But what if I told you it's not just creaky joints? What if it's your liver? That unsung hero of your body, screaming for help, stuffed with hidden fat that's been piling up for decades. Even if you've dodged the bottle your whole life? For us over 60, this isn't a rare fluke. It's a quiet crisis sneaking into our golden years. And it's stealing more than you think. Fatty liver disease isn't just for the heavy drinkers or the big-bellied crowd. It's ambushing slim folks, active folks, even you, robbing your energy, stiffening your body, and fogging your mind. But here's the twist that'll make your jaw drop. There's one simple drink, probably sitting in your fridge right now, that can slash that liver fat by nearly half in just 2 weeks. No pills, no crash diets, just a trick so easy, you'll wonder why no one told you sooner. Want to feel 10 years lighter, sharper, and livelier? Hang on tight, because this story's about to change everything. I'll take you back a bit. A couple of years ago, I was thumbing through a dusty photo album, me twirling at my son's wedding, chasing grandkids around the yard. I missed that spark. Lately, I'd been dragging. Mornings felt like wading through mud. And by lunch, I was eyeing the couch like it was calling my name. My doctor shrugged. That's aging, he said. But then came the clincher, a dull ache under my ribs, creeping up to my shoulder. It wasn't loud, just persistent, like a pesky neighbor who won't leave you alone. That's when I started poking around. And what I found floored me. Our livers, those faithful filters that have been sifting through every bite of pie and sip of tea for decades, can get clogged with fat over time. For us seniors, it's not always about booze. Sure, too many martinis in the 70s could have packed fat in there, a process called lipogenesis, where alcohol turns into a gooey mess. But here's the real kicker. Even without a drop, our everyday eats, those soft rolls at dinner, the jam we slathered on toast, have been quietly stuffing our livers too. It's called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And it's hitting folks like us harder than ever. Now, I used to think this was a problem for the overweight crowd, you know, where you can see the pounds piling on. And yes, if your belt's a little tighter these days, your liver's likely hoarding some fat too. Studies say over 30% of Americans are obese, 70% overweight, so it's no shock. But here's where it gets wild. Even the slim ones. Think of that spry gal down the street who walks her dog every dawn, can have fatty livers. Research I dug up showed 25% of skinny folks are battling this. Sometimes more than the heavier set. Why? It's not about how much you eat, it's about what you eat. Let's break it down. Think of your liver as the trusty filter in your old coffee pot, catching every crumb of life you've poured through it. Over the years, it's handled holiday feasts, birthday cakes, maybe a few too many sweet teas, but loaded with sugar, especially fructose from sodas or that extra spoonful in your oatmeal, and it starts to choke. That sugar morphs into fat, stashing itself in your liver like clutter in a spare room. For us older folks, it's a triple threat. Our metabolism's slowed, our bodies don't burn it off like they used to, and decades of habits have stacked the deck. So there I was, staring at my toast one morning, wondering if my cozy breakfast was a double agent. I didn't feel sick, not the way you'd expect. But the clues were piling up. That stiffness when I rolled out of bed? Not just arthritis, it could be inflammation from a weary liver. That ache on my right side, sneaking into my back? A nudge from my liver saying, I'm full. And the exhaustion that hit me like a freight train? When your liver's gunked up with fat instead of healthy cells, it's like asking a clogged drain to handle a downpour. You're wiped out before noon. But here's where the story flips, and trust me, it's a good one. I stumbled on a fix so simple, I almost laughed. It starts with a drink I now crave every morning. Warm water with fresh lemon juice. Too basic, right? I thought so too, until I learned what it does. Lemons are bursting with bioflavonoids, tiny warriors that wrap your liver in armor, fending off toxins while prying loose the fat trapped inside. One study I found showed these little heroes kickstart a cleanup, shrinking liver fat fast. I gave it a whirl. Just half a lemon squeezed into a mug. Seeds fished out, Sip slow while the world woke up. By day 3, I swear the haze lifted a bit. My legs didn't feel like lead. And the science says it's no fluke. In 2 weeks, you can melt away up to 43% of that liver fat. It's not a miracle. It's your liver finally getting a breather and a helping hand. Now, lemon water's the warm-up act. The real star came when I unearthed a 2-week plan that sounded too good to be true. Picture this. Researchers took folks, some in their 60s and 70s like us, and slashed their carbs to under 50 grams a day. That's no bread with supper, no pasta on Sunday, no mashed potatoes with gravy. I panicked, I'll fade away. But here's the twist. They didn't go hungry. They ate hearty. 3,000 calories of nuts, avocados, olive oil, and in 14 days, their liver fat plummeted by nearly half. Their waists barely shrank. Their scales didn't budge, but inside, their livers were shedding fat like old baggage. How? Cut the carbs, and your body flips a switch, stops burning sugar, starts burning fat. And where does it strike first? Not your thighs or chin. Your liver gets the VIP cleanup. It's like your body saying, let's unclog the pipes before we repaint the house. For us seniors, this is a lifeline. Our livers have hauled us through decades. And they're begging for this reset. I tried it, no toast. Just eggs with spinach, no cookies. Just almonds. I missed my carbs. I won't lie, but by day 5, that rib ache faded. By week 2, I tackled the stairs without wheezing. You don't need to obsess over calories. Just swap the junk for real food your liver craves. Let's stop for a sec. How do you know if your liver's waving a red flag? It's a sneak. It doesn't holler until it's desperate. But there are whispers we can't brush off. Especially past 60. That morning stiffness might not just be joints. The fatigue that glues you to the recliner could be your liver crying uncle. Press under your right ribs. Feel a twinge? That's a hint worth hearing. I ignored those signs too long, blaming age like it was a catch-all. But then I learned something chilling. A clogged liver might even fuzz your brain. Toxins pile up when it's overloaded. And some studies link that to those, "where'd I park the car?" moments we laugh off. It's not just senior quirks, it could be your liver begging for a break. So, we've got our lemon water and our 2-week carb trick. But I found one more treasure, a long game winner. Ever tried milk thistle? Sounds like a fairy tale. But it's a plant that's pure gold for your liver. It's got silymarin, a shield that guards your liver from toxins and pumps up glutathione, your body's cleanup crew. Sweeping out the gunk, I started with 150 milligrams daily, popped it with my tea. Studies say it shines after 90 to 120 days. But teamed with my lemon water and cleaner eats, it's like hiring a bouncer for my liver. For us, that's huge. Years of potlucks, cakes, and maybe a few sherries need undoing. Milk thistle's a soft nudge saying, I'm here for you. Imagine this. 2 weeks from now, you're stepping livelier. The stiffness eases. That rib ache's a ghost. And you're keeping up with the grandkids, or at least faking it better. No marathons, just more you in your days. All from a lemon squeeze, a plate tweak, and a sprinkle of patience. For us in our golden years, this isn't about rewinding time, it's about savoring it. Our livers have hauled us through life's highs and lows. They're not asking for much. Just a little love back. So tomorrow, join me. Sip that lemon water. Ditch a carb, and start small. Your liver will cheer, and you'll feel it too. Want more liver-loving tricks? Foods, tips, recipes? Stick around. Here's to us, our health, and feeling good, no matter the mileage.